Chicago Sky, y'all stink, bro. Y'all, look, there's trash and then there's trash. You know what I'm saying? But look, man, the Chicago Sky got destroyed by the Stud Buds. Everybody watches the Stud Buds. Shout out to Courtney Williams and Tisha Eiderman, man. Listen, Stud Buds stood on business today. Nafisa Collier stood on business today. They destroyed the Chicago Sky.
Angel Reese had a night to forget, racking up 9 turnovers like she was hosting a giveaway. It felt like Oprah took over. You get a ball, and you get a ball. On the other side, the Stud Buds didn't just show up, they stole the show. The court became their stage, and the game turned into a highlight reel for them and a blooper reel for everyone else. This wasn't just basketball. It was a full-blown collision of swagger and chaos. The result? A roast session on the hardwood, and it's still burning.
Angel Reese had 9 turnovers. Yo, listen, y'all gotta stop with this point forward foolishness, man. Let's take a look, man. Hold on, man. Y'all be wildin'. Y'all be wildin', son. Bruh, come on, man. Y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta stop, yo. Y'all gotta stop. You
Clip 1. Angel Reese came just 1 turnover short of a triple-double. Yes, you heard that right. But this wasn't the kind of history anyone wants to make. With 9 turnovers, her stat line read less like a game summary and more like a distress signal. That wasn't ball handling, it was full-blown generosity. She wasn't just playing basketball. She was running a charity for defenders. Here, take the ball, you look like you need a layup. It wasn't just a bad night. It was a record-setting meltdown, and not in a good way.
In the entire WNBA and Angel Reese in garbage time. We saw it. Angel Reese last year against the Fever with like 2 minutes to go. She needed to I think it was like 6 points and 3 rebounds, and she went and caught like 2 rebounds and then immediately goes at Victoria Saxton 3 times in a row.
At this point, the only thing that makes sense, the coaching staff must be in on the joke. Because this isn't basketball anymore, it's a parody of offensive strategy. Every time they try to run a play through Angel Reese, the lane backs up like rush hour traffic in law. You can practically hear the paint begging for mercy. Please make it stop. She camps out in the key like she's setting up a backyard bonfire. And as for the pick and roll, yeah, only thing rolling is the ball straight into the opponent's fast break.
Chases after this opponent, gets close to her during a box out, grabs her by her hips, and hip tosses her, throwing her to the ground. She stands up, she walks over to this opponent, bends over, screams in her face, and flips her the double bird. That's the WNBA gold. We're gonna get into it. And the laughter. Oh, Angel. Oh, my angel. You're my darling. Angel, angel, angel. You've been playing well, Angel. I give it to you. You've been playing well. But every now and then, those stinkers. Oh, man.
To avoid a full-on offensive disaster, the coaches gave Angel Reese a fresh label, facilitator. Cute, right? Maybe for a preschool playgroup, not a professional basketball team. Facilitator basically means, please just pass the ball and don't do anything risky, because when she's not dishing it off, she's bricking shots. When she's not bricking, she's flailing. And when she's not flailing, she's traveling on the court and possibly in spirit somewhere, far away from the rim.
Like, there's absolutely no foul in that. She gets a good whistle, jumps up, and then goes at somebody on the other team. Who's she go at? She goes at Diamond Miller, her former Maryland teammate. And like, Angel's 1 tech off a suspension as well. And is like, anytime anyone gets into it with her, she's straight in their face. And I'm like, I don't mind that, but you just gotta be smart. To be fair, this guy sucks, so you might as well just go and take your I'll say it.
This isn't just a rough patch anymore, it's starting to feel like a quiet basketball crisis. No one wants to say it out loud, but the signs are impossible to ignore. Angel Reese isn't just off her game, she's completely out of rhythm. And this isn't about rookie nerves or growing pains. This is why is she still on the floor? Territory. Her footwork looks rigid, her hands unreliable, and her decisions all over the place. Watching her try to execute plays is like forcing a chewed-up gum wrapper into a vending machine slot. Messy, awkward, and not getting the job done. Yet somehow, she's still logging minutes while the offense grinds to a halt. Let's be real, no one's pulling Angel Reese from the lineup. Why? Because doing that would mean confronting the truth behind all the hype. It would shine a light on months of promo clips and viral moments that don't match what's actually happening on the court. Watch her at the top of the key, arms flailing like a traffic cop while her teammates scramble in panic. But she's not directing anything. She's not running the offense or creating plays. The only thing she's setting up is another lowlight, and more often than not, it ends with a turnover and the ball in the other team's hands.
Just when I thought she was turning her season around, just when I thought Angel Reese was graduating from pretend basketball player to make-believe basketball player, the level where it's almost believable that Angel Reese is a basketball player. Just when I thought Angel Reese would pull through in the clutch and do America a favor. With a win last night against the Minnesota Lynx, Angel Reese would have become the most popular player in the WNBA dump. Well, KC, that's simply not possible. Caitlin Clark will always be the most popular player in the WNBA.
Do you know what's most revealing? You can actually see her teammates adjusting in real time, compensating for her mistakes. Watch the spacing on the court. Players avoid her area like it's a danger zone. This isn't part of the game plan, it's survival. No one wants to catch a wild pass, get blindsided by a mistimed screen, or watch the ball bounce off her own foot. This isn't chemistry, it's containment. And the irony? It's impossible to miss. All the buzz about her leadership, grit, and championship DNA has flipped completely. Instead of lifting the team, Angel Reese has become the weight pulling it down. Not the anchor that holds a ship steady, but the one that drags it straight to the bottom. 9 turnovers. That's no longer a learning curve, that's a full-blown identity crisis happening right before our eyes. Standing frozen in the dunker spot while a teammate gets double-teamed isn't strategy, it's interference. Right now, the only thing Angel Reese is setting up are fast breaks. For the opposing team, she's not creating offense. She's creating confusion. Not a spark plug, not a game changer, just a plot twist. And unfortunately, not the kind anyone's rooting for.
I know why people are defending this. Let's get into it. Nneka Ogwumike, she gets up, proceeds to get boxed out, unable to move her opponent out of the way. Nneka Ogwumike retaliates, grabs her by the hips, throws her to the floor, stands over her, screams on her, flips her the double bird. Quinterly, Dallas Wings teammate, being a good teammate, gets in the middle of the two, pushes Nneka out of the way like a good teammate should. Instead of saying, Nneka, come here, let me get you a hug. No, get up off my teammate, girl. Get up off my teammate. Nneka Ogwumike can't let it go.
You know things are off the rails when the opposing team actually wants her to get the ball. They're daring her, treating her like the weak link in the lineup. You can almost hear the other coach smirking, go ahead, let her cook. Only problem, the kitchen's on fire, the recipe's a disaster, and the food's still frozen in the middle, and don't even bring up transition defense. Watching Reese try to recover after a turnover feels like watching someone jog in flip-flops. There's movement, but not much purpose. Her body language says it all, frustration without urgency, effort without direction, it's all aesthetics. No impact. Which brings us to the coaching staff, because let's be honest, they see what's happening. You don't watch possession after possession fall apart and think, yep, let's run that again. This isn't a game plan. It's avoidance. They've taken the safe route, keep Reese on the floor as a decoy, slap a development label on it, and hope no one looks too closely at the box score. Meanwhile, the illusion stays intact. Press conferences filled with empty praise, social media clips cut just before the turnover. This isn't coaching, it's crisis management with a highlight reel.
I'm telling you, with a win last night, Angel Reese would have surpassed the Rue from Waterloo in popularity. Now, I am not saying that her dozens of aliases would have passed Caitlin Clark, but Angel Reese herself, she definitely would have. Going into the game last night, Cheryl Reed, the head coach of the Minnesota Lynx, she told the doofus duo who refer to themselves as stud buds, she told them if they lost this game to the Chicago Bravado, they would no longer be allowed to stream on Twitch.
At this point, It's become a masterclass in narrative control. Cut the clips just right, add some slow motion, throw on a catchy caption, and suddenly, the scoreboard fades into the background. Maybe people won't notice the blowout. Maybe they'll overlook the fact that the supposed star player spent most of the game tripping over her own momentum. Meanwhile, the rest of the roster is paying the price. Players who can shoot, who move with intention, who understand the rhythm of the game, they're being benched because right now, it's not about winning. It's about preserving the brand. Admitting there's a problem. That would mean admitting they got it wrong. And that, apparently, is the one play no one's willing to run. And honestly, that's the real tragedy. Angel Reese didn't create the hype machine, but she's stuck inside it. Trapped in a spotlight powered by buzzwords, not basketball. If there's a triple-double here, it's hype, delusion, and denial. People see double-double on the stat sheet and act like she just dropped a flawless 30-piece. But if you actually watch the game with your eyes open and your brain engaged, it's not dominance. It's disorder. Her box scores read like clickbait, loud, eye-catching, and wildly misleading.
Lads, Angel Reese is currently about to be suspended. She has 7 technical fouls on the season. And if this was last season, in a 44-game season, she would have already been suspended. And it is genuinely one of the funny things about this is that her fans are arguing that none of the techs are warranted. They are all warranted.
Let's be honest, the rebounds. Sure, Angel Reese gets them, but more often than not, it's her own missed shots bouncing right back to her. That's not hustle, it's self-cleanup. Honestly, we might need a new stat line, rebounds off your own bricks. Because chasing your airballs isn't domination, it's custodial duty in sneakers and a headband, and those points, bless them, most of the time, they're the product of a team bending over backward to make her fit into the offense. It's like forcing a square peg through a round hoop, clunky, chaotic, and destined to flop. They keep feeding her the ball like she's prime Shaq, but what we're seeing, it looks more like the controller disconnected halfway through the play. Every shot feels like a coin toss. Every possession, a roller coaster with a turnover always just one dribble away. And yet, through sheer volume and repetition, Angel Reese still manages to stumble into 10 points. Not through skill, through a mix of persistence and panic. When the ball leaves her hand, there's this wide-eyed hope behind it. Like a toddler tossing glitter into the air, cute in theory, but a mess in reality. Opposing defenders don't even rush to contest. Half the time, you can almost hear them mutter, "Appreciate the assist," as one of her visionary passes lands right in the middle of chaos.
So Angel Reese, the most toxic player in all of basketball, is out here slapping clipboards out of her coaching staff's hand because she's so mad her team committed a foul in the crunch after she shot 15 free throws this game. This is the lowest of the low disrespect that you can show to your coaching staff. She trying to get y'all locked in, worried about the next play, and you so toxic with your terrible, awful attitude that you slap the clipboard out of her.
And somehow, despite all of it, she's still being marketed as the face of the league. But which face, exactly? Because if we're being honest, Angel Reese has become the blueprint for what not to do. Want to study a clean pick and roll? Don't watch Angel. Curious about solid defensive positioning? Close that film. Need a masterclass on how to kill momentum with one reckless drive into a sea of defenders? Congratulations, you've found your guide. At this point, it's almost performance art. A piece titled, How to Stall an Offense Without Even Touching the Ball. Just plant yourself in the paint like a forgotten statue, take 5 seconds to load a shot like it's a cannon blast, and then let the chaos unfold. Watch her teammates scatter when she gets the ball in the post. They know what's coming. Either a wild, off-balance shot that misses everything, or a jump pass flung into the crowd like a souvenir for someone sitting in row H5.
What's up, y'all? I just want to talk about this chick, Angel Reese, for a second. She has been all over my timeline, over my Twitter, or X, Instagram, TikTok. She's always pushing people and this and that. She's always in controversy. So let me address this situation real quick. How is she a professional athlete? Like, can we step back for a second and just analyze this situation? How in the world is this chick a professional athlete? She is, out of all the clips that I've seen, she is the worst basketball player I've ever seen.
But somehow, the narrative still sticks. She had 14 and 12, sure, and a total breakdown in ball movement right alongside it. It's not hard to stack stats when you're on the floor for over 30 minutes, and the offense runs through you like spoiled milk in a blender. Messy, chaotic, and hard to watch. At some point, the numbers stop meaning anything when the eye test is shouting, "This ain't it," because there's a big difference between impact and inflation. One leads to wins. The other just fills a box score so the blowout doesn't look quite as brutal. Reese, unfortunately, is stuck in the latter. Her game is the basketball version of empty calories filling, but not nourishing. It might look like she's eating, but in reality, it's just stat padding served with a side of hot air. And then, there's the attitude.